Okay, so another interesting dream that I had, October 22nd. So last night, October 22nd, the night of October 22nd, I had a very interesting dream. I guess you could call it rapture dream. I don't know, but it's interesting because the vehicle that I was driving in this dream, is my father-in-law's. It's a truck. I don't own a truck. We have one vehicle for our family, and then my husband has a company vehicle. So we just have one personal vehicle, and it's a SUV. So anytime it's a smaller SUV, but so anytime we need any heavy lifting to be done or something, we borrow his truck. So it's not unusual that I would be driving his truck, but this is the second dream that I've had with his truck in it. And it's just interesting. So here's a dream. I'm going to an airport, which I know lots of people have had airplane kind of dreams, and boats and ships and that sort of thing. But I'm going to the airport, and I'm pulling into this parking lot. And it's not like a parking garage like you see at airports. It's just the flat parking lot, and the airport is kind of in an L shape, and the parking lot is within that kind of square. So I'm pulling in the parking lot, and this woman tells me that I won't be able to use my vehicle when I come back, or I won't be able to get my vehicle when I come back. And I'm thinking maybe I'm parking in the wrong parking space, parking area, whatever, that it's going to get towed or something. But I was late. I needed to get to my plane, so I parked in the parking lot. I got out, and there was stuff in the back of the truck, and I wanted to put it in the cab of the truck because I didn't want it to get damaged by weather or stolen. So some of the things I started putting in the cab of the truck, and I heard over the intercom, the loudspeaker outside, this young woman say, and this is what I heard over the intercom: "Well, I've never heard of it. I've never seen this happen before. The plane is stalled because we're waiting on a few more passengers." And I thought, that's me. I need to go. I'm late. So I close the door and I go into the building, and it's not the security station is not as aggressive as airports in real life. It was more like a library kind of check-in, but so I go through these doors. They're just glass doors, and the first check-in spot is pretty close to the front door. And I'm talking to these people. It's a young man and a young woman, and I'm talking to them like they're old friends, like I haven't seen them in a while. I'm so glad to see you, and this sort of thing. And we're just having a great conversation. I'm checking in. But something kind of odd to my left was like this professional photo session going on, like a huge black backdrop put up, and photography, equipment and that sort of thing. And I don't know if there's like professional models there or anything. It just seemed like a professional photography session over there. And so I'm going through the check-in, and I get through that section, and I'm making my way to the second checkpoint to get onto the plane, and I realized that I don't have my driver's license, which you need your ID to continue on through the airport. They always check that sort of stuff. And I had my ticket, but I knew I didn't have my driver's license, and I was holding the ticket in my hand, and I thought they'll probably let me on, but I want to have it just in case. So I start patting my pockets, and I find in my right back pocket a driver's license and a debit card, and I pull it out, and I'm looking at the debit card, and then I kind of slide them apart, and I see the picture on the driver's license is not mine, and I didn't see the whole picture. I just saw the side of a man's head, just kind of like this part right here, and it was dark brown hair, so I knew it wasn't my ID. So I put it back in my pocket, and I go back to the front door, to go to the truck to get my driver's license. So I pass the first checkpoint and get to the doors, which are very close to the checkpoint, and it's glass doors, and the entire parking lot is empty. All of the vehicles have been taken. There were a few kind of here and there, but every vehicle was gone. And I turned around to, my friends that I had been talking to, and I was like, my truck has been stolen. My truck has been taken. And he kind of looks out the window and he goes, huh, they're all gone. And he's just like, oh, okay. So I turn around, I go back to the second checkpoint to get on the plane. And I do, I make it on the plane. And but the seats on the plane are not like regular plane seats, like 2 over here and 2 over there, or 4 over here and 4 over there. It was just padded fold out seats lined up in rows, kind of like in a conference room or, a classroom or something like that. They were just folding chairs. That's it. And I'm standing there looking at them like I'm going to sit down somewhere. And this man kind of slowly walks behind me, and he has the same hair as on my ID. And he looks at me, he's just got this pleasant kind of face. And I'm just going to say it was Jesus. That's just the feeling. It was just, but, so he looked at me and he said, won't you help them find a seat? Or would you find, or no, he said, help them find a seat, kind of like, come on, do it. And so I turned back around, and that was it. That was all the dream. So come to find, later when I thought about it, the ID that I had in my hand, I'm pretty sure that it was Jesus's face. It was the ID of Jesus. And the reason why I knew they would probably let me get on the plane without my ID is because I think it represents me being saved. And I belong to Jesus. This is my ID now, and then Jesus was on the plane. I knew it was. I didn't see him, his face, you know how it is in dreams. Just kind of, you see it, you just kind of know it, So, I mean, this dream is very representative, of the rapture and the process of, going to heaven, and I think the vehicles in the parking lot is the ministry. I'm not sure what the pickup truck represents in my life, or maybe even my husband's life. But, pickup trucks they can carry heavy loads, carry lots of stuff, and do hard work, that sort of thing. I don't know if that applies to me or not, but, so my ministry was taken away as I'm going to get on this plane and take this trip, I thought it was interesting too. Over the intercom when I was outside, and the woman announced that she had never heard of this happening, that the plane was delayed or stalled, waiting for more passengers. So I really think that's what God is doing right now. He's really waiting for as many people to come to Jesus and be saved, as many as possible. And I think that's what's happening right now. And so many of us feel detached. Our minds are just so much on heaven and the rapture coming and this sort of thing. And we feel like we're kind of in this limbo, just not really sure what's going on, what's coming. And we know what's coming next, but just like this kind of, stalled out time. So I really think that's what is going on right now. And when the rapture happens, it's going to be great, but we have to make it through this time. We're just so ready for the rapture to happen. And I think, God is really waiting for some people. Maybe he's waiting for me. Maybe I'm not, maybe I'm not leaning enough on him or something. My relationship is not, maybe I'm not praying for people. Maybe I'm not praying for things of this world right now. I don't know, but I think we all definitely need to, stay focused, really stay focused, and don't give up. Don't get so downhearted or whatever. I don't know. It's like every day is a new day. And every day we have to work hard to, stay in touch with God and be faithful, really, and pray and be faithful. you know. So that's the dream. It was really neat, really fun. So thanks.